I'm gonna see if Streamlabs is actually working this time. I need to let me test this real quick so I can make sure it's working. Okay, yeah, it's working. It does not have my sound effect, which is weird. Quickly fix that. Alright, there we go. Save settings. Test. There we go, that's what I was looking for. Okay, so that's working. I don't know if emote wall is working or not, but we'll refresh that just in case. Okay, cool. Let's play some Nier. So I'm gonna go on foot to the next location because story last time ended in disaster. Boris.
Yeah.
When you were threatening that shade on the beach the other day, how did you know it was trying to protect the postman?
Just a feeling, I guess.
All right.
Shades on the coast, the ferryman dead. You've had quite the rough trip. That poor ferryman used to tell me stories of the epic quarrels he had with his wife. He found the whole thing quite amusing. He loved her, though. He loved her with all that he was. I'm very sad to hear that he's gone. Still, you made it back safe, and I'm glad for that.
Have you any new information about the key to the Shadow Lord's castle?
I'm still working on the decryption, but I'm afraid progress has stalled. Loyal Cerberus might refer to a dog, but I've never seen anything that would fit the bill.
It must be pretty complicated if even you can't decode it. Well, you're our last hope, so please keep trying, okay?
I will. By the way, I was walking by your house earlier and I noticed you had some mail. You might want to check it out.
Thanks. I'll do that.
Oh, one last thing. Since the ferryman was missing work, I arranged for someone else to handle the job. I'll make sure they know to let you use the boat as before.
Gotcha.
Even without those we have lost, the world relentlessly continues to turn.
Oh no no. To my mailbox. I can't jump off now. Fuck, here we go. Official notice as per rule 25,656. Please consider this your official notice that the King of Assad is chosen to enter the ceremony of patronage. Please launch all objections. National congratulations to your official channel stated at rule 38,585. Sincerely, the Facade Royal Office of Marriage and other legally binding contracts and concerns. P.S. Hey guys, it's me, the King of Facade. Sorry, this is all formal and stuff. Listen, I'm getting married and I really want you to come, so get over here.
The king is getting married. It does this old book good to see a boy become a man.
Probably not a good idea to turn down a wedding invitation from a king. Let's go to Facade.
Anybody controlling the channel? No. There is a new guy. Okay, cool. Like, fuck. I was hoping I was just stuck.
Oh there. Popola told me about you. Just tell me where you're going, and I'll take you there. No ch-
No more new dialogue for being over here. It sucks.
Does it not strike you as curious to find wolves in the desert?
Should it?
They normally live in forests, yes? Deserts would seem to hold little sustenance for them.
Well, we can certainly guess what they've been eating.
Since we're here, you might as well. I need to check out Aine's outfit. I want to look at her secondary outfit. Option. Wardrobe. Oh, she has A. Look at. Still not standard. Update option. Oh, license. I thought it said update for whatever reason. Oh yeah, look, the pod's there again. See what outfit Kaine wears, how she wears it. Oh yeah, she's just in 2B's outfit. Fits her pretty well, actually. I want to see her in A2. She would fit A2 so much better in terms of personality. Shows the Yorhel logo down the. Oh yeah, it just puts her in Two's outfit. We'll leave her in A2's outfit then. It's fine. I think it fits her.
kenラーヌザ改ざんとたち直使と
I can do that.
タクゾがいいつロットカンデテチールイソグツ
So much titanium alloy.
We hear your days of bachelorhood are coming to a close, King.
Congrats.
Forgive my prying, but we are all eager to know the identity of your lucky bride.
失礼きた
Hold on. Fira?
You have grown into a fine example of womanhood. I'm sure you will make a splendid queen.
Kaine's gonna want to see this.
あつえイラソータサッタラギントソンキシチって大釣りだったらけお見えるさい
Pleased to make your acquaintance, Your Royalness. Congratulations on your wedding.
たく
I'm sorry Kaine's not here, but
結構来るなろ一致して沢たいて土地夜せれやりさたちとティテスレ
Of course. How could we refuse?
Night before the wedding.
To think they even have rules governing the timing and water temperature of a bath.
What's it to you? You don't even take baths. Kaine?
What is the matter?
I don't like this. Weddings are festive occasions, you know? Should I even be here?
We were invited here by the king, remember?
Sure. But what about everybody else?
This city isn't like our villages. It's all about the rules here. And since there isn't a specific rule about you, I honestly think they won't give a crap.
Yeah, maybe.
Will you at least procure a new set of lingerie for the festivities? Some spring colors, perhaps?
Keep talking, Book.
Oh,
What's up?
just having trouble getting to sleep.
Something bothering you?
No, the opposite, in fact. I'm just so excited about the wedding that I can't settle down. I bet it's gonna have streamers and dancing and bears on unicycles and everything. I'm sorta jealous. I wish I was Fira.
You'll find a nice bride someday, Emil.
Huh? Oh, right. Right.
Emil.
You must be tired indeed if you misunderstood that simple social nicety.
Yeah, that's not exactly it.
Interesting.
竜亭隊終えたゼルガンと救世し続いて改ざんを解きてと気づ좀 쉽지 이와 있었던 찬사 로아인다
Everyone needs to blow off steam and celebrate once in a while.
Indeed, your people have earned a moment of rest and respite.
これだ
Plus, you want to make Fira happy, right? Anyway, life is better when you have someone to fight for.
アルトゥルは自殺だ対決だささ
Aw, weddings are the best. There's flowers everywhere. Everyone's happy. It's just great. I'm kind of jealous. Aren't you jealous, Kaine?
Nah.
Oh, come on.
And just my sock here. You know, I'll just take my socks off. It's fine. Hot in my room, maybe.
이기우토 라센치 코이 아르테르아 시스 요린치 고테치 사이토즈세 오테이키
さあテレルタ
Oh, oh, it's the shade.
That wolf is a shade.
The leader seems to have the power to reflect magic.
フィアあさって決されきの決定する
改ざん草ちあっち我
フィア答えよりるゆ
たく
んだ
あたきおよりかちすれてたく
フィア浮いてフィア焦ろ
したかれきたたさすとりたできた
カス来たしたけどカス来た
改ざん
と生きち歌を打ってくっとより打ってやりすかすきたインカゼルガーゼス
I would rethink this course of action, King. Ahead lies a battle you cannot win.
改ざむより
アフェラス
ね
ザルツザルツゼルガーザルツンとゾルキアレル
ぞでおられきたもゆりペルワトル改ざむたとでくラクルトデクゼルガアントイからつぐきてて改ざむたりえきゅうさ改ざむら夫ときて総取りリス高い
Okay.
The king's grief is strong. I doubt he will stand down at this point.
Yeah, I'm guessing he'll run off to take on the wolves any time now.
Will we let him go by himself?
Of course not. Hell, I hate the wolves too.
Then we must prepare for the fight. It will not be an easy one.
I know.
Okay. Simple machine and ample door. I think for now, this sword. It's over here.
Are you ready for battle?
Yeah. Time to avenge Fira.
Fia Yaril, Selgan Kizato, Hikyu Jiketsu. Ahu! Artemu Atado, Scotsu Rider!
Madness. The wolves who attacked were only a fraction of the pack. How will you fight them all?
Selshtai!
Then count us in.
でけは中和す
We're not doing it for you, dumbass. It's for Fira.
Kaine, you can't speak to a king like that.
If this is indeed the plan, then let us make haste. We can ill afford another tragedy.
フェルアタグと
She didn't overlook.
カイザムあ
ゼルガーン撃つと避けた。
これでサトアルテルアチンクルチュラス
アルテルはトヤリラ
ディミ
フィーヤギキタタトサダキラツヨリウタタキツシリュウリュウトサ
ディミ
よりワイソとフィーヤとツだったあ
ディン
あんだとせ
テントシケンユーカイザムアンダ
しか
アンダいえフィーヤロテとやりかきそできたと食いてゲルだエララールヘルアとカイザムでカイザムとアイトフィーヤアイザムでフィーヤチュレセキタとトダゼルガンでアンダゼルガンヤーリツガシチクルトカイザムゼスタルペラ老体リスラ関係かけてしたすわれアルムーキエルトチギサンってきた
あるん
浮きわせんクユリエ
押して
キルタチエククギリスアーガイ
え
カイザムより生きおつじでくご
ユラ
カイザムチツストジーわくれたしうり
こうだたちより歌い
Interesting.
クリゼルガンタチトグだリー言ってくたい
Forget it. It's for Fira.
Let's move.
An orange. Never seen that area before. That's right, he's
The
resistant.
wolves appear to be targeting the king.
セゲルダカイザムカイザンリケオリ
He seeks the king of Facade. Such dogged, unwavering defiance. Why do these beasts hold so much rage? The smaller wolves are not infected with shades. But as for the leader,
If even one shade is here, then I have to kill all of them.
ザルツゼルガンストと覚悟
ゼルガンドカイザムさ棒がセルトだ
above you, stay on your guard. The king is in danger.
I'll guard the king. That's what Fira would want.
Indeed, you must worry about protecting more than yourself in this battle.
カイザムルトだ
The
Like he could have just crushed it.
トロワレキゼルガンセダとユッとアキゲッタイシスラエフィアとゲンカ
Shots Watson not gonna kill it. I guess it is. Never mind. The Royal Service.
Skite soch dakare. Soe dakso to kura. Savas to ishiki. Shiuden. Loyaliste chi.
I believe that young Fira was perfectly content with the life she had.
Ko.
Of course. Does this not sound like what she would say to you? She was terribly proud of her king. And now you must do all you can to honor her memory.
Data. Doris. Kutaitu. Ichilail. Kaizam. Chittada. Kid.
Is that another infernal rule?
Ulano perua. Tonri. Aruterua. Chioaru. Anda toshitoshi. Aruterua. Ro. Fia.
The poor king.
This is only Shade's fault.
This is the last of them.
Now we can find the Shadow Lord. And Yona.
We certainly can.
Hold on, Yona. I'm almost there.
So do I so. %36%. All right. Drop down here. Let's have a jump.
Hold it.
But I hate my hair.
I marvel at how relatively simple a task this retrieval process proved to be. It is almost as if someone deliberately set us on this path.
You're overthinking again, Vice.
But
I don't care if it's a trap. Yona's waiting for me and I'm going.
I see.
Let's see.
You're really gonna do it? The whole village is buzzing, you know. They say you're gonna go rescue Yona. I guess it's really happening, huh?
I'll bring her back. I promise.
About that.
Yeah?
Oh, what's up, Lazy? What you doing? I didn't even post off streaming. Forgot about that. I just started playing. I just wanted to get straight into the game.
Nothing. Never mind. Popola just loves to worry. Anyway, you be careful. Yes, do be careful.
Thanks.
Yeah, I don't know. We had plans today, but unfortunately those plans got kind of canceled, so I'm sitting here playing more Nier as per usual, so it's good to see my chat's at least working this time. I think Streamlabs was actually broken yesterday, I believe it was, so none of my overlay stuff worked, so that's working now, so that's good. Alright, let me double check where I got to go. The Lost Shrine, gotcha. Alright, I don't know what the dogs are doing. I've never seen that issue. There you go. He sits. Okay, cool. But yeah, I'm just chilling out since stuff got canceled today, so decided to hopefully finish up the story of Nier. I think I'm really close to finishing up this game, at least the first ending. And then I gotta go through and do the rest of the endings later.
Oh there.
Lost Shrine. Oh. Oh, there's the Discord link. Oh well. No, it was... We were supposed to go to a convention today, me and my family. However, my dad's work...
Are we ready?
Let's all make it back alive, okay?
It's a plan.
We were supposed to go to, it's like a convention, anime convention, and unfortunately my dad's working, and apparently one of my dad's friends isn't going to be there today, so we just canceled today. But it is for the rest of the weekend, so we're going to be going, for the rest of the weekend though, so. And I have a friend there I'm going to meet too, so. Unfortunately we didn't go today, but it's whatever. We have 2 other days. Yeah, it's true. And I know y'all are having LSD. Oh, shoot something. What are you doing? You're buffing. I want that one too. I've seen that before. It's just all over anime. A lot of artists go and they kind of like set up all their vendors and stuff like that, so people can sell their art and stuff. You know, usually me and my family go to, we kind of have like a mini Comic-Con, so to speak, in our city. And we usually go to that, but, yeah, I think that's around in October or something, if I recall. Oh, I didn't even know I can knock him off the edge here. Another one dead? Still alive up there. Can't do anything about you. Yeah, me and my family do quite a bit of cosplay stuff. I was gonna go as Link from Breath of the Wild. I'll have my outfit and stuff ready, and then my mom was getting me to do my hair for the outfit. But I guess we're gonna save that till tomorrow, so. Ow. Alright, I gotta switch to my other magic ability for this, because this dude is not gonna leave me alone. There we go. That's what I need. My bad. Yeah, I know. But it's whatever. Stop knocking all over the place. Oh, there we go. But yeah, it's whatever. So I'm chilling out with some Nier for a little bit. I think this is probably the last section of the story I need to go through until I can finish it up, etc. Yeah, we usually go really hard for Halloween too. We do like a bunch of Halloween decorations in our front yard. We usually have like a graveyard in our front yard and stuff like that too. Yeah, I understand that. The only problem is I don't know how slow the sword is sometimes. What's the little guy that had his little shield up? It's a strength, so I can't pick it up. Yeah, same stream as Pixels. Ooh, is it really? I mean, I'm not getting any issue on my end. Okay. Hang on me one sec. Yeah, I don't know. I think at some point I'm just gonna have to get a new motherboard for my PC because either it's my motherboard or it's just something for whatever reason that it's actually limiting how much like data or like any like broadband like bandwidth or anything actually gets sent and etc. Because like my Xbox can get like nearly 100 megabytes per second. And that's just fine, you know, but for whatever reason, my PC just limits it really hard. Like, I can do a test, and it's like, the test will be fine, but then if I start downloading something on Steam or just in general, then it starts like dropping down and only caps at like 200. So I don't know what's wrong with it. I wish I could find out before I could fix it, but I'm gonna presume it's just my motherboard, because I don't think there's anything else that could limit it, so... I forget where I need to go. What's through here? That's right. Oh god, do I gotta do all the puzzles again? Oh no, I'm good. Oh. Some die already? There we go. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it hasn't been that much of an issue, but if it does become that much of an issue, then I'm just literally just gonna have to replace my motherboard. Ooh, that's a good chunk of damage. I don't know how that hit me. Can you not doing the wombo combo, please? Great. That simple machine. Exactly what I needed after this. I don't know. Yeah, it's a heavy sword, so it's gonna take a little while. Oh, you meant the actual enemy, never mind. Yeah, it's just it kind of like wobbles around. It's the only issue. There was one I found another time where it looked exactly the same, but it had like a defensive type thing where it would hold its blades out in front of it and just guard itself. Kind of annoying. Yeah. I need to buy Automata, which is like the sequel of this game. There's a bunch of funny enemies in that one too. Oh. Next room. I mean, I'm glad I upgraded the sword because before my last sword wasn't very strong, so. Yeah, from time to time. It's very Zelda-like, so to speak. So it's like there's a bunch of boxes to push. Like those doors that I was going through and fighting them next to those blue, like, crates. Usually when you go through, there's like lighter versions that you actually have to push and pull around to actually open the doors. But in the meanwhile, in terms of the other game that usually... Oh, what's my guard? In the other Nier game, it's not as puzzle heavy as this one. Ashurza? Ashurza? Let's go defensive boots. What'd you draw? Okay, simple. That's cool. I'll take that. Because, specifically, I remember there was a mission in this game where... Or it wasn't a mission. They have, like, dungeons that you can go into, kind of similar to how Zelda has its stuff. And then when you enter the dungeon, there's usually, like, kind of like a maze-type design. And one of them actually had bombs, like it was actually a Zelda dungeon. It's kind of cool. But, I played its sequel whenever it came out on Game Pass, and I loved it. I loved the Nier Automata. So, yeah, see, usually these, like, cubes, there's, like, versions of them that block the door here, and you just gotta, like, move them around to, like, get through. Medicinal herb. How do you cut out website? More in here? Surprised there's no more in here. Alright, appreciate it, Lazy. I'll be streaming for a while, so stop by if you want. A little buffer somewhere. Sure, it's cool. This way. I think it's just an end cap, but I think there are enemies in here before. Oh yeah, some crates. Probably get some herbs back. Ah. Oh, you. I wonder where that other cube goes then, because I don't recall any other area. Oh. So I can go in there, I guess? Have to bring it this way. Oh yeah, you can see the lines on the floor, that makes more sense. Good level design, I like that. Cube. That's it? It's another cube? Let's get up to that triangle there. Yeah. Been up here before. Tree roots. Is this like a shortcut? What is this? I can't. I didn't really do secret up here so far. Drop. This is the shrine roof, so. Yeah, I guess it just is a whole nother shortcut, I guess. Probably just
Such an ominous sight, and yet I find it strangely nostalgic.
Yeah. This is where Vice and I first met. And first fought together.
Wow! This is where you used to live, Vice?
Well, yes, I suppose. In a technical sense.
Pretty nice digs for a floating magazine.
At least it was free from annoying hussies like yourself. And now the path is open.
It's the birds. Go there.
To whom does the true voice speak? To whom does the true form show itself? You must answer.
It can talk!
I ask, why did humans disappear from the world?
The hell is this?
I believe this is some manner of password.
Password?
Yes. The correct answer should grant us access to the castle. I feel confident I have heard this somewhere before. To whom? To I ask, why did you must answer? I answer, because of a black disease. I ask, how can humans extend their lives? I answer, by separating body from soul. I ask, what is the destination of soul? I answer, they are in the Promised Land, bursting with light.
Okay, yeah, that was wrong. So it literally is not the church, because I know the church is Dragon Guard 3.
Blast. I appear to have made an error.
Right. Quickly, I'm gonna go swap Heine's outfit around real quick. Don't want her to be in her original clothing. No weird having her in. I wonder what Emil's alternate outfit is then, if he has one. Apparently he does. I just don't know what it is.
Such an ominous sight. And yet I find it strange. And now...
Not like an elevator? Must be some type of elevator. If so, I don't know how an elevator is working in the middle of this abandoned shrine. It's definitely weird, that's for sure. Skip that since I've already been here. Alright. What are the answers? I think there's only 3 questions. Secrets. Oh yeah. It's just some type of garden.
To who? To you? What the?
A password?
Yeah. To why you must?
Because of a black disease. Separation of body from soul.
I answer, they are placed in their corresponding shells. Very well. You are acknowledged as master. You may enter. Well then, it seems the way is open.
Let's play around for a second. See if there's anything secret around, because going near, there's definitely something secret about this place. Unless I can't go over there. Never mind. Go over there. Thought I could. Looks like I could, but... Alright, let's go in then. Oh, God.
It's the twins from your village.
Popla, Devila, what are you doing here?
Hey, any chance you'll just go back to the village? This is a very dangerous place. Even if you can find Yona here, you probably can't get her out.
How did you get here?
Shh. We're asking the questions right now.
We're here to rescue Yona.
No dice, huh? Well, I guess we don't have a choice then. No, I suppose not. How sad. We didn't want to fight you. We really didn't want to.
Devila, what's happening?
Sorry, but this fate was predetermined. Still, we spoke to truth. We really wanted to avoid this if possible. We were hoping to put it off for 100 years or so. Until the next generation came along.
What are you talking about?
Are they shades?
I don't think so.
It's a lie. I don't believe it.
We never thought you'd grow to be this powerful.
This is madness. Why do you block our path?
You have no cause to speak so with us, Grimoire Vice. You are a traitor.
What now?
Just knows I'm about to use this thing too.
They copied my powers.
Ah, shit on a shingle. They can use the sealed verses.
Of course we can. The power came from us in the first place. You were simply loaned a small portion of it.
Vice, are you all right?
Devila, Popla, why are you guys doing this? Why are you siding with the shades?
That's a good chunk of damage there.
Why?
The answer to every riddle lies within the heart of the Shadow Lord.
Shadow Lord. So you've been on his side this whole time?
You must search for that answer yourself. You've got to face your own truth now. Please, enter the Shadow Lord's castle.
It's like a Dragon Ball Z scene there. In shadow.
Devil, Popla are fighting us.
Yes, they do seem to be putting us through a great deal of...
You okay, Vice?
How odd. For long years, my mind and tongue have been my greatest assets. But now the latter seems to be... Hell,
Vice?
do not look at me like that. I am Grimoire Vice. I am perfectly...
That's interesting.
I think I hear a waltz.
Waltz? Like the dance? Huh.
It certainly is a grand affair.
Bunch of dancing bastards.
They're all shades!
I think we're locked in!
It's not like I was planning to leave.
Yeah, it's a bit late for that.
Damn it! It won't stop coming!
I'll open the next door. Cover me.
Oh, how I do love
Twice!
Oh, right. Protect the hussy, yes? Good plan. Let's go.
Protect Kaine for us!
Kaine! Hurry!
It's not open yet?
Do I look like a goddamn locksmith to you?
No, you idiot. What are you doing?
Lock doesn't want to open? Fine. I'll just break it down.
Stop, you impatient fool.
Goddamn no good bullshit bastard! Open the fuck up already! Ugh! Got it.
Kylie, look out!
Got it. Oh, that's weird. They're like the heads. Is it always like that?
These things are freaking me out! Kaine! What's wrong?
We need to help Kaine! We need to help Kaine!
Look at that, let me deal with balls. Oh, they're all just spawning. Gotcha.
You okay?
Yeah, but we got problems.
Just talking? That's not good.
We don't need forgiveness, asshole.
Kaine?
Hey, come pick up the water bottle.
How should I know?
Kaine, are you alright?
I'm fine. Let's just kill some shit and move on, alright? Damn it! How can something so big be so fast?
Oh dear.
Oh, it's armored this time. Magic armor.
This thing?
That fog! Oh no!
We can't stop now. Damn it.
Stay focused, Kaine. Don't fall victim to such distractions.
Come on! We have to keep going!
Let's go. This way. Move.
Close to dead. Alright. Boomers.
Up here!
How can we deal with this thing?
Please, hurry!
Ow. I really gotta book it up there then. Oh, I forgot I could shoot. Yeah, continue. First time I've died though.
Can't even try the
Up here!
it, I can't get it open.
Attack incoming!
The entrance is locked too.
It seems we are in a bit of a predicament. Strike the beast while it's down.
Hit the thing while it's down.
Spears. Son.
傘程度と地いるとて
出土汗よりきった人だあらペルアト試練地無石音イラコク
いやついて
What are you doing here?
さるりとしたとカイザムとキロだ
You are correct.
いやアラトテ三世体
フルワリ割とてトラスなんかし金で
But
あらペルアト
どんな来て切りごいたり
アンペラトサチチササトレルタカイザムチと
ラスやるな
えタッカー奇跡をあ
hey, stop! Let me go! Stop it! Damn it! King, no!
ギ後でアリクラーサ箱
No, King.
No! Open the door! You can't fight that thing on your own!
タラユククオタオキアルタビエトクルトコチイルカテケタルイトエチケロアルテリアだせ
ギウジ
各石技師
真鍮カレルタカイザムテラス
なんだアラタテウラーヌペルアトチ
ラーヌカイザムトトラチ
Open the damn door!
Knock it off already. Let's go.
Kaine.
He's fighting for you. And for Fira. Don't let him die for nothing.
My friend. Popola!
Okay, Devil and
look.
Popola.
You made it. We've been waiting for so long.
I think of
Why
this as
are you
familiar.
doing this?
It began 1300 years ago. Humanity, finding itself on the brink of extinction, undertook a last-ditch rescue plan called Project Gestalt.
Just take
Do you still not remember, Grimoire Weiss? Then let's give you a refresher.
Story time. Oh. Oh. Okay. Schult.
Weiss! My mind. I remember, Devila, Popola. You are not human. In fact, oh no.
Yeah, sometimes the truth can be a real bitch. You want to finish that thought for him, sister? All of us, every person standing in this room, are mere shells created by the true humans.
What are you saying?
You still don't get it? You aren't human.
So then humans, I mean, the true humans, are extinct?
No, they still live on. You know them as shades. Each shade is a twisted remnant of what was once a human being.
Crazy, huh? Now let's skip the part where you stand there with your mouths agape and just get down to business.
Wait.
Sorry, but we're gonna be needing that shell of yours. The rightful owner has been waiting for a very long time. Please don't be angry with us. We are only doing our duty. Our endless existences have a single purpose: to control the lives of others in accordance with the will of the true humans.
So they are still...
You have your own motives, your own desires. And we have ours. I fear it really is just that simple.
Don't speak such foolishness.
Sorry.
Get that.
You and us, we're the same. Tools in the hands of a master.
No. I'm nothing like you. Damn it.
Guard. Ow. I got her. Thought I died for a moment.
Devila? Devila? Popola, are you crying? No! Don't die! You know, Popola, I understand now why we're twins. It's because we were born without souls. Devila, I can't stop the bleeding. Oh God, I can't stop it. This world is too lonely for one without a soul. There's too much emptiness. Our souls are missing. And yet somehow our tears still work. It's kind of weird. Sorry, sis. I love you. Devila! Devila! Don't you go! No, I can't be alone! Devila!
Popola. Let's stop this now.
Stop? Stop? Now you want to stop? You think you have the luxury to stop? You cut down my sister like a goddamn animal and now you want to stop?
Popola, wait! It doesn't have to.
No one stops! It's way too late to stop! No one stops!
Please, don't do this, Popola! You...
Oh, I forgot to heal. That's right. I forgot to heal. My bad. Second time I've died. I don't know.
Please, don't do this, Popola! You and Devila were like parents to me!
Those two have watched the world wither for time immemorial. Coolness of such effect is difficult.
I don't want to do this! I don't want to fight her!
Stop bitching and start fighting. It's the only way.
Stay. Turned, I guess. I only had a real magic. Is that what I'm understanding? Yep. That really slows down the game. There we go.
No stopping. No stopping ever!
That's not good.
The bridge! Blast! We're trapped.
I've got an idea.
fear we're done for.
It'll be all right. You know, when I was young, I hated my eyes. And now that I'm older, I hate what my body has become. But there's something else there now. Something like pride, you know? I mean, without all this, I couldn't have become your friend. Goodbye, my friends. Thank you for everything.
Oh, Emil.
Emil!
For so long, all I could do was destroy. But now, I have a chance to save something.
No!
Now get going, okay?
Emil!
Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine.
Emil! Emil!
Trouble.
Emil! You jackass, get back here! Emil!
Oh dear. Kaine's so unstable, and Vice can't stop arguing with people. I hope they can hold it together once I'm gone. Well, I guess they'll just have to learn. I want to see you again. I want to see all of you again. Just one more time. I'm scared. I don't want to die.
It's like a black box explosion? If not less. What is that? I mean, it's close to a black box explosion, just not on a massive scale. At least I think that's what the black box explosion looked like. I don't remember. It's been a while since I played Nier, especially the Damn. What kind?
Let's go.
Yeah.
Quickly. That cards. Free raid. Same. Any secondary effect? Yeah, I have this 10%. Will do. Spawn in rolling. That's really annoying.
Yona!
Shadow Lord.
This ends here. Strike hard. Hold nothing back.
How can a mere tool hope to stand against the Shadow Lord?
Don't speak in such a manner, fool. I am nothing like you.
Dumb book.
Be careful!
I know!
Okay. It's an execution.
Vice, you alright?
Naturally, I am as fit as a fit.
shit. So back.
Wait. Brother?
Yoda. Huh?
Please, just stop. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't need someone else's body. I don't want it. There's another girl inside this body. I can hear her. She won't
It's a lot
stop
like
crying.
2B.
She says she wants to see her brother.
Yoda's been possessed?
This girl loves her brother too, just as much as I do. It's not right, you know? It's not right that she can't see him. It's you, isn't it?
Yes, it's me. Let's go home.
What's up, Scooter? I'm just watching this cutscene right now. I don't know exactly what's going on here.
I'm really sorry. I don't know what to do.
Oh, okay.
I'm so very sorry.
Okay. That works.
No matter what. Just know that I love you.
Hurry. The shade that possessed her is gone.
Alright, let's go time again.
Watch over Yoda for me. I need to understand your sadness. You think I'm gonna sympathize with you? I swore to protect my sister and my friends. If someone puts them in danger, they must stand aside or be cut down. Now come on! Let's finish this!
Why stop bugging out?
What's wrong?
You're freaking me out here, Vice.
What are you doing? Come so
Whoa! I was not expecting the wave.
strike the killing blow.
Oh, it's not this guy down. It's just really weak for whatever reason. Magic boils.
okay?
Fine, just fine. Alright, no, I'm not.
Vice.
It seems some headstrong idiot has decided to push me beyond my limits.
He's
I
watching.
should have taken that job as a cookbook when I had the chance.
Vice. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Only joking. I hate cookbooks.
But
Let's go. Out of the way. I have one final task to fulfill.
where are you going?
Why, to stop him, of course. But after that, it's up to you. Only you can see this battle to its conclusion. I wish you luck, my friend.
You can't. I swore I'd always fight by your side.
You are an exceedingly stubborn lad. You know that, right? Perhaps that's why I've so enjoyed our time together. But I fear this is where our journey ends.
Vice!
Oh, and remember what I told you about using my full name? Well, forget it. I've grown rather fond of Vice.
Vice. I knew you'd come around.
Don't let it go to your head now.
I have something
Oh.
to defend. That's your reason to live.
Can you find my opening or something? What am I supposed to be doing here? Oh yeah, okay, I just had to get through it. Okay. And just kind of dodge roll through everything like it's Dark Souls, it seems. There we go. We have that. Doesn't look like it.
Is Iona all right? Oh God, no.
Oh, please, the girl is fine.
Vice? Where are you? Are you okay?
I am as well as can be, considering I have lost my physical form. Doubtless my voice will be the next to go, so listen closely. Your sister is safe. Do not mourn her, and do not give up hope. Instead, you must call her back to you.
How?
Use your memories. Recall the times you spent with her. Present her with proof that the two of you live still, and that your lives have meaning.
I don't know.
Typical. But take heart. I know you can do it.
Uh-oh.
What's my favorite food? Cookies. What's my favorite book? That's my magic storybook. What's my favorite place?
Home with you. What's my favorite flower? The lunar tear, of course. Okay, one more question. Who do I love more than anyone?
Okay.
Is that you?
Yona.
Is this my body?
Yes, Yona. It's yours and yours alone.
You look bigger than before. Like you've grown up.
Well, yeah. I guess you haven't seen me for a while.
Have I been asleep this whole time?
Something like that.
It's almost like I'm a princess from some fairy tale.
Oh, Yona. I'm so happy to have you back.
Me too.
Kaine.
You and your sister, you have a good life, Kay?
Where are you gonna go?
Guess I'll...
You could stay with us, you know.
Thanks, but I'll pass. You know how it is. I got my own shit to take care of.
What do you mean?
Personal shit, alright? Anyway, take it easy, yeah?
Kaine.
Hey, look! It's beautiful. For the longest time, I heard someone telling me how they wanted to see the light. And now, they can finally see it.
Yeah, I don't know about that one. Well, I mean, they definitely saw it, alright.
Thank you. I love it.
Awfully convenient.
It's so sunny today.
Yeah, it sure is.
Alright, well, there's credits. Oh. It's weird how it's all in alphabetical order. It's so interesting. Damn, okay. It's like ending A or something, right? Alright, well the credits roll. I'm gonna go use the restroom. Okay, I'm back. Alright. I missed Yokotara's name, unless that's directly at the end, because that would make sense. He was the director. Okay. Go and save them in those two spots. Ending B. Load your cleared data after completing the game to experience Aine's story. You can now read a departed mother's diary in your house. The wardrobe has been added to the options menu. New outfits can be obtained by progressing through a departed mother's diary. Change music has been added to the game setting. Sure. Saving, save data, saved. Okay. So it has been added to the wardrobe then. Game settings. Change the game's background music tracks to from Nier Automata. The setting can be changed on the title screen. Okay, I won't do that now because I do want to experience the music. I want to fix his outfit. Okay, we're just gonna start it real quick. Let's see, I've been streaming for 2 hours. Let's see what's up with Kaine's story. Continue.
Whenever I interacted with Kaine, I was reminded about something from my past. Maybe my mind has been confusing her with my sister this whole time. Anyway...
Kaine's dreams, discrimination. The sound of rain filled the village. Steep cliffs that surrounded the area magnified sound, causing even the slightest drizzle to rattle like a rainstorm or thunderstorm. Then wisps of smoke streamed from huts as the villagers huddled in their homes and waited out the rain. A single child, however, had braved the downpour and was now wandering slowly towards the wooden hawk-shaped weather vane at the corner of the town. The wanderer reached the vane, which had existed for as long as any could remember, and stared. The children's face was simultaneously delicate and fierce, like a teacup that had survived a shipwreck. Those traits combined with pale white skin to give the face an almost sexless quality. If the beak turns east, I go home. If it stays west, then I... The child blinked. The rain slowly dripped down the young one's short hair, and it began its long descent to the ground. Come on. Come on. The child felt a slight breeze and watched the vein slowly creak to life, spinning its way this way, and for a moment it finally settled, the beak pointing towards the east. East? Really? Before the vein could move again, a jagged rod came spinning and tumbling through the air, striking home against the child's head. The force blow dropped the child to the ground as if a hail of stones began to fall around. Oh no, they found me. A heartbreaking smile crept across the child's face as the stones continued their assault. The rain, the sound of multiple footsteps grew louder before a voice rang out. Yo-ho, Kaine. The voice belonged to Demo. First of all the bullies and Gary. As Kaine struggled to stand, a final stone came skittering through the mud and bounced against her foot. The blood oozed from a cut above her eye and blurred her vision. She could make out the shapes of Demo and his usual gang of idiots. The boy seemed taken aback for a moment by Kaine's seemingly indifference to the blood dripping from her face, but quickly regained his bravado. What's up, freak? You like the rain? You like getting all wet, or did you finally decide to run away from home? Though she knew it was futile, Kaine turned to leave. Before she could get one more than a few steps, the other children scrambled to surround her, cruelty burning in their eyes. Sorry, I didn't drink there. Kaine knew those were not the only eyes on her. Her tormentors' parents watched from the safety of their homes, as she was attuned to the sensation. It was one she had experienced many times before. While some villagers simply turned a blind eye to the actions of their children, many encouraged it openly. In a society ruled by superstition and fear, Aine was something to be hated, and if possible, destroyed. I didn't say you could leave, freak. Demo's words chewed out of her like a worm through an apple. You can't hurt me, she lied to herself. Be strong, be brave, he can't hurt me, he can't hurt me, he can't hurt. Oh look, the little freak's gonna cry. What's wrong? Are you guys sad that everyone hates you and wants you dead? Aine prayed for the rain to flood down and carry her away from the world that seemed to have no place for her. But if there were gods, then they chose to ignore her. As Demo crept ever closer, the clouds began to thin and the rain slowed. Even the weather hates me. I am useless, a failure. I wish Daima's rock had taken my head off. Aine couldn't meet Demo's leering gaze. She lowered her eyes and stared at the muddy ground below. The bully moved forward until he was inches away. She could smell the scent of old meat on his breath. The boy grabbed Kaine's face with thick fingers and yanked it upwards. She tried to turn away, but he forced her gaze back and jammed his thumb against her eyelid to pry it open. Show me. No. Did you just say no? Emo grinned evilly. You don't say no to me. No one says no to me. Even taking his attention from Kaine, he called to his cohorts. Come on guys, let's give this freak what she deserves. As soon as Dima finished, kicks and blows began to rain down upon Kaine. Daima paused, still grinning, as Kaine curled into a ball and tried to make the pain stop. I don't get you, freak. What you acting like a girl for, huh? Everyone knows what you really are. Kaine ignored the question, choosing instead to stare at the weather vane. It continued to point east, as if supremely confident about the future that had been chosen for her. Go home. Yeah, that's probably a funny joke for someone with dead parents and no home to go to. Freak, chanted the children. Freak, freak, freak. Kaine closed her eyes and listened to the rain, waiting for the pain to start again. Clutching hands of the village children closed around her, she bent her mind to the sound of the rain, letting it welcome her world entire. The rain fell, but the pain never came. Only when the laughter of her tormentors turned to terrifying cries did she dare open a single blood-caked eye. Aine was shocked to see Daima sprawled on the ground, holding his head and screaming in pain. She could see blood welling from places between his fat, twisted fingers. Oh my god, he's crying. He's actually crying. Deprived of their leader, the children glanced back and forth between themselves as if waiting for someone to step forward and take charge. When no savior emerges, they begin to uneasily shuffle away from Kaine. But the young girl was the least of their concerns. Instead, their attention was wrapped on the ancient woman standing a few feet away. After struggling for breath for a moment, she finally spoke in a voice thick with rage. Hurts like a bitch, don't it? I suggest you scatter before I throw another one. And if any of you little bastards ever touch my Kaine again, I will do far worse than throw a rock, and you can count on it. The woman crouched down and gently touched the hand of Demo, which using to cover the wound. Before he could think to protest, she ground her palm into the wound and twisted back and forth. Ow, he screamed, leaping to his feet. Stop it, what are you doing? Quit whining, ain't no one ever died from a scratch. You hit me with a rock, you stupid bitch, a big one. That thing could've killed me. The old woman shrugged. Death is the best cure for stupid. Dima's face twisted with rage in her words, locking eyes on Kaine. He took a step backward and spat on the ground. Get out, leave this village, nobody wants you here. Either of you. Seeing the old woman grab another stone, Demo and his companions turned tail and ran. Fled. As they fled, the old woman grabbed her side and barked out a single laugh. Huh, look at the fat boy go. Guess he's healthy enough to run from a fight. The woman's smile faded as she turned her attention to Kaine. Kneeling down, she removed her shawl and placed it around the young girl's shoulders, then produced a cloth from the folds of her dress and began blotting the blood on her forehead. Oh, Kaine, she said, why didn't you fight back? You're stronger than that lot. The words of her grandma stung Kaine. She turned away. Don't be nice to me, she said. I don't deserve it. Nothing matters anymore. Her tears, held in check for so long, finally began to fall on the muddy ground below. Everyone hates me. They think I cause bad things to happen. They think I'm a freak. I wish I was dead. As Kaine's tears turned to sobs, she felt her grandmother's hands on her shoulders. Despite her advanced age and diminutive size, she was a woman of surprisingly strength, and Kaine found herself unable to turn away. Don't talk like that, girl. It's a river wide and deep that flows between the realms of this world and the next. It grants no mercy to any that attempt to cross it. You've got a duty to fight until your last breath. Understand? The old woman tightened her grip and tried to still the tremor in her voice. You know the pain of losing someone close to you, Kaine. You know that because you survived it. As the words hit home, Kaine was struck by the force of her love for the old woman. As a young child, she didn't even know of her grandmother, but when her parents died, the woman quickly accepted her as her own. Grandma, as Kaine called her, was cunning, vulgar, and quick to violence, and their first few years together had not been easy. But with each year that passed, Kaine and her grandma had grown closer. However, it was only now, sitting in the mud with tears and blood caked her face, that Kaine truly understood the depths of her affection. Here was a woman who had seen hard times, who had seen death, who had fought through all these things and somehow emerged on the other side. If anyone could understand Kaine's pain and loneliness, it was her. Do I make you sick, Grandma? Of course not. Don't be an ass. Kaine drew her grandmother's moth-eaten shawl around her body and shuddered. But my body, it's not normal. If I was normal, then Mom and Dad wouldn't. Hush, interrupted Grandma. I'll not hear another word of this nonsense. You're my granddaughter and I love you, and if folks have a problem with that, then they could just go to hell. With that, the old woman reached out and placed a wreath of dried flowers in Kaine's hair. The skill that it took to bend the flowers without breaking the stems or losing a single petal was remarkable, and the beauty of it made Kaine want to cry all over again. Oh my gosh, these are lunar tears. Grandma, did you made this for me? Lunar tears were legendary flowers. Most people could live their entire lives without ever seeing one, and yet her grandmother had somehow collected a dozen or more. Kaine reached up and touched the wreath as if she couldn't believe it was real. Where did you find these? Just stumbled upon them while I was out doing some shopping. You're doing the shopping. The old woman turned away as she spoke, leading Kaine to suspect that the search had been more difficult than she was letting on. The pain she took to construct the ornament, let alone track down the flowers used to in its construction, made Kaine's heart hurt. She reached upon and just gently adjusted the wreath, admiring the way it felt between her fingers. Didn't quite turn out right, said her grandmother. She squinted at it. These old hands have terrible with delicate work, but it sure looks good on a pretty girl like you. Kaine blushed and turned away. You think I'm pretty? Of course you are. What a fool What a full thing to say. Thank you, Grandma. Her grandmother smiled. We're gonna be fine, you and me, she said. As long as we got each other, we'll be just fine. Kaine took her grandmother's hand in hers, and the two of them struggled to their feet. Began the long walk home. Kaine gripped the hand with all her might, as if she was trying to stop smoke from drifting away in the wind. The rain had stopped. Kaine stood beneath the weather vane, watching it spin in crazy circles, no longer caring about which direction it faced when it stopped. I don't need to escape. I have a home now. Grandma loves me, and that's enough, even if it's us against the world. Kaine left her gaze to drift up past the vane and into the cloudy sky. The last faint hints of a rainbow were slowly fading. As she turned and headed for home, the light scattered into a million particles and vanished, seemingly taken on the breeze. Kaine's dreams, daily life. Is it just like a big novel? It is. Let me take another drink real quick. Sucks. I hate these novel moments because I am not the best reader. In the distance, Kaine heard the steady sounds of an axe striking wood. The noise had a purposeful quality to it, as if she was hearing a master woodsman go about his work. The firewood being produced, however, was far from a work of art as could be. Pieces of every shape and size were being flung around a barren yard with wild ambition. Anyone trying to stack such wood would probably die of frustration before the job was through. Stupid piece of shit axe. Kaine's grandmother flailed away with the axe, filling the air with both splinters of wood and words that would make the most hardened sailor blush. Grandma called Kaine. "That you, Kaine?" yelled the old woman, taking her eyes off the wood for a moment. "Don't get too close or I might take your goddamn foot off by mistake." She brought the axe down on a piece of wood, sending chips flying in every direction. One spun past Kaine, close enough for her to hear the whistle, at which point she decided to step back. When she scuttled to a safe distance, she cupped her hands around her mouth and shouted, "Grandma, you need help? I can get you water or lunch or a new axe or something." The axe, poised to strike another wobbly blow, paused in midair. The old woman considered her granddaughter's offer for a moment and then smiled. "Tell you what, since I'm not doing such a piss-poor job of chopping, why don't you come here and take over so I can get the water? The shades have been restless lately, and I don't want you to run into them bastards." Relinquishing the axe, her grandmother picked up a long pole with wooden buckets on either end. Gathering water was by far more difficult of the two jobs, but Kaine knew better than to complain. Once Grandma's mind was set, there was no changing it. Kaine did her best to help with the chores, but Grandma took every task that required travel to the village. Though she had a long list of plausible excuses, Kaine knew the real reason. She didn't want her grandmother to be taunted and harassed by the villagers. Or her granddaughter, my bad. Once Kaine moved in, Grandma decided to take up residence a good distance from the area. Out of sight, out of mind seemed to be the best policy when it came to the villagers and her granddaughter, and rare were the days when any but two of them could be found on the rocky acre of the land they called home. Kaine enjoyed the solitude, but harbored a secret resentment that her grandmother was forced to spend her golden years in such a place. After watching her grandmother leave, Kaine turned her attention to the task at hand. She had never chopped wood before in her life, and soon discovered why the old woman hated the chore. Swing after swing of the axe produced only a tiny crack in the wood, and then she finally managed to connect with a solid stroke. The tool embedded itself in the log and refused to budge. Frustrated, Kaine swung the axe around her head and threw it, log and all, across the yard. Damn it. Crap. She suddenly understood the joy her grandma felt in a good curse. Happier now, she picked up the axe and forced it from the wood, and resumed chopping. She had a natural skill with the blade, but the task was challenging, and blisters began to form on her small pink hands. This is tough, and all my logs are weird sizes. Spinning on her palms and ignoring the pain, Kaine redoubled her efforts. Just as she developed a rhythm, Grandma returned from the village, setting down the buckets with a small sigh, and she took one look at the logs and coughed a wheezy laugh. Pretty clumsy, girl. Oh, I didn't read all that. Her grandmother suddenly collapsed to her knees, causing one of the buckets to wobble precariously. Eyes widened, Kaine dropped the axe and ran to her grandmother's side. Grandma. The old woman shook her head and pointed a trembling finger at the bucket. Get the bucket. Can't let it spill. Kaine steadied the bucket with a foot, and she knelt over to her by her grandma. A small bit of water sloshed over the side and made a new home in the hem of her dress, but Kaine didn't notice. Well, Grandma, what's happening? Crazed with panic, she grabbed her grandma by the shoulders and shook. After a moment, the woman lifted her arm and patted Kaine away. Stop that. Just stop, she cried, breathing heavily. It ain't like I'm dying. I'm just tired from the trip is all. Kaine desperately wanted to believe her, but one look at the old woman shaking hands and a worn face told her more than words ever could. Her grandmother had lived a long, hard life, and it seemed the bill was finally coming due. The time when her grandma watched over Kaine was ending. Sooner than either of them had feared, the position would be reversed. Next morning, Kaine came to the side of her grandma's bed and looked at her wrinkled hand. Grandma, you're sick, and you need medicine. I'm going to the village. The old woman shook her head and tried to rise, but Kaine gently pushed her down. It's alright, she said. I'll be fine. Her grandmother fixed her gaze that could melt steel. After what seemed like an eternity, finally lowered her eyes and sighed. Well, I don't like it, goddammit, but I guess I should quit being so stubborn and let you grow up. The old woman watched as Kaine strapped on her boots and made her way down the road to the village. Hours later, as an unseen sun made its way across a dark and rainy sky, she was still watching. Kaine moved at a brisk pace, checking her pockets every few minutes to make sure the money grandmother had given her was still there. Every noise caused her to spin on her heels, making sure she wasn't being stalked by a shade or worse, Demo and his gang. But she encountered neither tormentors nor shade, and Kaine finally found herself at the entrance of the village. The few adults she could see glanced sideways to her, then muttered to each other behind raised hands before silking away into the shadows. Her heart racing, Kaine took a series of rapid, shallow breaths to try and calm herself. I have to prove myself. I have to help Grandma. I have to be strong. She chanted those words to herself over and over as she slowly made her way. Finally, her eyes settled on the older woman that was angrily waving her arms in the air and telling anyone who would listen exactly what thought of Kaine's presence. Hey lady, said Kaine, with a small bravado she did not feel. Where's the apothecary? The woman's flabby cheeks shook in bewildered anger. How dare this thing speak to me? They seemed to say, but Kaine saw that her eyes had a different emotion. Fear. Yeah, we're both scared, lady. Trust me on this one. Which way? Kaine repeated. The woman pointed at a small building to her right before hitching up her dress and stumbling off in the other direction. Kaine cringed, expecting a small stone to come flying, from the assembled crowd, but none came. Her mind was filled with a strange sense of pride as she made her way to the apothecary. But the new emotion had little time to take root, for as soon as she opened the door, she noticed a familiar customer at the counter. It was Demo. He'd clearly been sent here on some type of family errand, because his gang of followers was nowhere to be found. Oh my god, he sputtered. What are you doing here, freak? The insult was delivered without force, and Kaine happily ignored it. Stretching on the tiptoes to see over the counter, she asked the shopkeeper for the medication. Huh, barked Demo. That old bitch finally kneel over? Go to hell, Demo. The boy's eyes grew so wide they seemed ready to fall out of his head, but before he could let fly a comeback, or worse, a punch, the apothecary told them to knock it off before he kicked them out of the store. Demo slunk out of the shop, cursing Kaine under his breath. Once he was gone, she allowed herself to breathe once more, taking a brief tour of the shop while the owner prepared her medication. Countless tiny bottles filled the cramped store, each with a label written in some indecipherable language. An ocean of aromas assaulted her nose, creating a scent that was exotic, but not altogether unpleasant. Seeing such a variety of supplies gave Kaine a sense of peace. Surely in a world so vast, there would be a place that she could call home. On the far wall, beneath the counter, rested a portrait of a stunning young girl. The picture had once contained bright, vibrant colors, but the time had worked its cruel magic, and they were beginning to fade. The beauty of the work, however, remained undiminished. You like that picture? Kaine turned to find the apothecary with a small vial of medicine in his hand. His eyes were gentle but sad. They seemed to stare through her into nothing as he spoke. That's my daughter. I sketched it when she was just a little girl. She's been dead a long time now. Kaine didn't know how to respond. She just stared at the portrait and tried to come up with the right words. Pictures are wonderful things, continued the shopkeeper. They let the ones closest to you live on forever. He shook his head slightly, then looked down at Kaine and smiled, handing her the medicine. He reached into a sizable green apron and produced a handful of old wax crayons. You should have these. There's no one left I wish to draw. Kaine took an instinctive step back, causing the shopkeeper's face to darken. Yes, I've heard the rumors about you, he said. The small village, the word travels quickly. Between you and me, I'm not sure which of them to believe, but I also don't think they matter much. I know your grandmother, Allie, and I think the way she was driven out of this town is just deplorable. Grandmother's name is Callie, I thought Kaine suddenly. She was still mulling this new fact over her mind as she reached out and gently took the crayons from the apothecary's hands. Grandmother is an old friend of mine, he said as Kaine scooted away yet again. I owe her much. I wager she would like it if you drew a picture of her. Yes, I think she would like that very much. Kaine murmured a quiet agreement, but inside her heart was bursting. Never before had a villager treated her with anything but complete contempt. It was a tiny, almost imperceptible step, but it was a step nonetheless, and with enough tiny steps she might one day discover the rest of the world. When Kaine returned home, she found her grandmother asleep in her bed. Her feet were blackened and raw, even bleeding and bent in places, leading Kaine to think that she had been pacing around the room until exhaustion finally caught up with her. She placed the medication by her grandmother's pillow and turned to leave, but found the old woman's hand collapse around her arm. Back already, are you? Asked Grandma with a yawn. Come here, let me have a look at you. Grandma sat up and examined Kaine. head to toe, finally satisfied that nothing terrible had befallen her grandchild. She leaned back and allowed herself to relax. Well, how was it? Those bastards give you any trouble? It was kind of fun, said Kaine, with a small smile. No, seriously, it was. Fun, eh? Asked her grandmother in a voice which implied she believed anything, but so anytime you need me to run an errand, just let me know. As she spoke, Kaine removed the crayons from her pocket. After a brief explanation of their source, she informed her grandmother that she was going to sketch her portrait. Portrait of me? Ridiculous. No one wants to stare at a wrinkly old crone. But Grandma, it'll make you live forever. Or shit, said her grandmother, throwing back the sheet from her bed. Living forever would just piss me off, and now I'll put those crayons away and help with dinner. Kaine would not relent, and in the end, Grandma found herself leaning against the wall of their house, as if posing for a master artist. Kaine took up the crayons, eyed her subject carefully, and set to work. Just as her grandma was about to nod off, Kaine finished the piece, staring at her for a bit, and she released it from her grip and slowly drifted onto the floor. It's terrible. It doesn't look like you at all. I'm sorry, Grandma. I thought these crayons would work. No. Make drawing easy or something. The old woman's eyes narrowed her grandmother's disappointment. Let me be the judge of that, she said, ignoring the pain in her back and reaching for the paper. The sketch would have been a person's face. It also could have been a boulder, a lump of clay, or incredibly misshapen loaf of bread, all rendered into a chaotic array of colors. The old woman stared at the picture for a long time and slowly wheezed out a laugh. Oh, Kaine, he said between laughter, you truly are my blood. You're as clumsy as me and I love it. But, hush, I won't hear any more bull around how ugly you think it is. It came from the heart. I'll treasure it always. True to her word, the old woman gave the picture a place of honor above the kitchen table. In the days that followed, Kaine would often catch her staring at the portrait with a strange smile on her face, an action that interpreted as silent, mocking laughter. A week later, Kaine could stand it no more and asked her mother to take the artwork down. Hush, said the old woman. I'll take this down. They roll me in my shroud. She pondered this for a bit, then turned to Kaine and dropped to one knee. Listen to me, girl. Seeing this picture makes me happy in a way I've never felt before, and it makes me want to go on that someday you can feel the same happiness. It was a moment that burned itself into Kaine's memory, a perfect blend of pride and love and joy that came together to form a lifelong remembrance. She swore to never forget this moment, to never forget the old woman who had made her place in the world possible. Time moves on, and people and memories move in and out of life like ghosts passing through a hull. But this moment will be different, Kaine swore, because I will remember it forever. Forever. Gotta continue reading. This sucks. I hate reading so much. Fuck. Quickly double check. That's neat. Okay. Kaine listened to the sound of crackling firewood and stared at the black object on her plate. She had been pushing around the wooden disc for a good 10 minutes, ignoring the bemished stare of her grandmother. Finally, she summoned her courage to get and gave the object a brief sniff. A sharp, bitter scent flew up her nostrils and made its home there, causing her face to twist in disgust. Grandma, I can't believe you want me to eat a bug. The old woman threw some more wood under the cooking pot and snorted. It's no bug, you fool. It's a berry. Why the hell would I be feeding you bugs? Yeah, well, it sure looks like a bug, said Kaine, and I think it's burnt or something because it smells terrible. That Kaine held her nose and threw the berry in her mouth, chewing as little as possible. Oh yeah, that's terrible, alright. Why, you little brat, laughed the old woman. Look at the sass on you. You've been spending too much time with me. That's a fact. 5 years had passed since the moment Kaine's grandmother saved her from the bullies. It's often the way two stubborn people. It's often the way with two stubborn people. The relationship have grown in fits and starts, but moved forward all the same. Meals that are used to sober affairs were now filled with laughter and hurled abuse in equal measure. Kaine could not remember a time when she had been happier. As the years went by, Kaine started to shoulder more and more of the daily responsibilities. Her grandmother's legs grew weaker by the day, and she could no longer do many of the chores she used to take for granted. And so this morning found Kaine lacing up her work boots with a breakfast of burnt berry rolling through her belly. Where are you going today? Asked Grandma suddenly. Kaine looked up, surprised. The old woman rarely asked for specifics anymore. Well, I was gonna go check out the Koma trees and see if they were ripe. I thought we could make some jam or something. Oh, and I'm going to pick up some flagstones. I need to take the wheelbarrow. Flagstones? What the hell for? Kaine stared at grandma, and then held out an arm and swept it around her. Constructed mostly of cloth, rope, and rubble, the old place sagged like a boxer in the final round. Grandma, a dying cat chewed through this house. I'm going to build a stone wall so we have some protection. The old woman laughed, exposing her toothless grin to the world. Grandma, damn girl, as if a bunch of thieves would just ransack this old place. Let them come. We got nothing worth stealing anyway. I'm not worried about thieves, I'm worried about the shades. People saw one west of the village yesterday. The old woman tilted her head and stared at her granddaughter. Well, shoot, I don't know why you have to do it today. We can worry about it some other... Grandma, no. If I don't go to the Koma trees, we won't eat tonight. You know that. Confused expression passed across the old woman's face, and for a moment she was a small child lost at a carnival. Yes, she said after a bit. Yes, of course, you're right. I'm sorry. Okay. Lately, it seems my mind is... She didn't finish the thought, instead walking over to her nightstand and gently taking the wreath of lunar tears from the drawer. The flower's petals had aged a brilliant whiteness, and Kaine thought it was more beautiful now than the day she first received it. You're going to be a true woman soon, Grandma said, as she placed the flowers in her girl's hair. So that means less chatter about the shades and build-in defensive walls, more talk about how beautiful you look. Annoyed, Kaine reached up to remove the garland, but the look on her grandmother's face stopped her hand. You're a beautiful thing, said the old woman, and there ain't another like you in all the world. I'm very proud of you. Okay, Grandma, that's enough goddamn compliments for one day. Such a mouth on you, where did that come from? Gee, I wonder. I'll teach you to sass me, girl, yelled Grandma. Suddenly, she lurched forward and grabbed Kaine by the ears, pulling her around the room with a crazed grin on her face. Grandma, yelled Kaine, with a quaking voice. Grandma, stop it, what the hell? The old woman stared at her and blinked, then slowly held her wrinkled hands out as if it was the first time she had ever seen them. Oh, I didn't know what happened there. I'm sorry, girl. Sometimes my mind just Kaine thought, and look at the look on her grandmother's face was the most heartbreaking thing she had ever seen. Listen, she began. Maybe I should stay home after all. No, I don't want you to stay here to keep an eye on old Crodiger? Me? You go get your fruit and your wool and whatnot, I'll be fine. And when you come back, I'll have a nice grasshopper dinner waiting for you. Kaine rolled her eyes, then kissed her grandma on the forehead and made ready to depart, trying to desperately to ignore the worry that was gnawing at the walls of her heart. Kaine could feel the old woman's eyes watching her as she moved down the path. Don't turn around, she told herself. But in the end, the temptation was too great. She spun around on one heel to take a look and saw a small, bent woman standing in front of the ramshackle hut with a sad expression on her face. Gods, she looks so old now. It's like the wind could reach down and just carry her away. Kaine worried about her grandmother all day, causing her work to suffer. What little fruit she could collect was tossed carelessly into the wheelbarrow, and she only found a couple of stones that were before losing interest in the project. Finally, as dusk approached, she decided to call it a day. Cursing herself for the lack of focus, Kaine pushed the nearly empty wheelbarrow back down the path. As she crested the final hill, she suddenly froze in place. The wheelbarrow fell from her fingers and collapsed on its side, and a few of the wrinkled brown fruit rolling down the hill. She was transfixed by the thick black cloud that hovered just ahead, tracing its path with a finger. Kaine suddenly felt her stomach knot on itself. Oh gods, no! Her grandmother's horse was ablaze, the flames licking up as if trying to touch the sky itself. Grandma? Kaine ran then faster than she ever had moved in her life. When she tripped on a stone and went sprawling into the rocky ground, she leapt to her feet and continued running, unmindful of the blood that she spilled from her wounded hands and knees. She got closer and closer. Kaine's mind began to race in time with her footfalls. It's too dark. Not just fire. Can't be fire. Too much smoke. Gotta save her. She burst into the front yard and came to a sudden halt. Her worst suspicions confirmed. The smoke from the fire was mingling with the thick, inky blackness of an enormous shade. The massive creature supported itself on 3 twisted feet. The achieved balance through the means of large, unarmored tail, scales, thorns, and claws sprouted from its body in a random chaotic pattern, giving it the appearance of a lizard designed by some insane god. Seeing Kaine let out a roar and flicked its tail, sending small whirlwinds spinning around the yard. For a moment, the creature retreated into a shimmering, inky blackness, as if her mind was unable to comprehend such a thing could actually exist. But then the smell hit her, a blend of rotted meat and excrement. The horror became real once more. The creature bellowed again. This time Kaine responded with a scream of her own. Alright, you bastard, she thought, as the scream echoed off the high cliffs around them. It's you or me, let's go. The shade eyed Kaine with a beamish interest, then it began to looking from her to the house and back again, as if urging her to look at the destruction it had gleefully wrought. With dread building in her heart, Kaine glanced towards the house through the smoke and flames as she saw a small figure struggling to escape the ruins. Grandma! At the sound of her voice, the old woman began waving frantically. She's alive, Kaine thought. Alive. Kaine's legs sprang to life as she raced across the yard towards the flaming wreckage of the house. Before she could advance a few more steps, the shade opened its mouth and let out a roar powerful enough to uproot trees and send them flying. The blast sent Kaine tumbling through the air before smashing her against the rocky earth. Stars danced in front of her eyes as she tried to remember how her legs worked. Get up, get up, get up, get up, get up, get up now. As Kaine struggled to her feet, the shade stomped forward the house and pinned her grandma to the ground with the tip of a claw. The old woman struggled to move the claw from her stomach, but she might well have been pushing a mountain. She coughed briefly, sending a small spray of blood into the air, then collapsed to the ground. Her energy was spent. Kaine lurched to her feet to only fall back to earth with a gasp. Her ankles were on fire. One or both of them were surely broken. Ignoring the pain that screamed through her body, she began dragging herself across the ground, leaving a drunken trail of dust and blood in her wake. Grandma, hold on, just a little longer. Grandmother's face was turning blue, her eyes rolling back only until the whites were exposed. Kaine pushed herself across the ground with maddening slowness, the distance seeming to increase with every second that passed. The shade glanced between the two women and flicked out its tongue, a giant mouth turning up at the corners. Short, panting breaths belched from somewhere deep within its core. Bastard, laughing at us. She had no idea how such a mindless creature could experience emotion, but there could be no doubt the shade was taking joy in their suffering. Yeah, I see your plan. The shade moved its claw slightly, allowing Grandma to breathe again. It was clearly keeping her alive only to snuff her out alive when Kaine was getting close enough to touch her. I'm gonna kill this bastard. Summoning all of her strength, Kaine rose to her feet. There was a sickening snap from her right ankle as the foot twisted backward. But she forced it from her mind and began to hobble towards the monster. Pulling a small knife from her pouch at her waist, she leapt onto the foot that pinned her grandmother and clutched the weapon deep. Give her back, she screamed. Give her back to me. It was like stabbing a rock. After a few swipes, the knife broke at the hilt with a dull snap. Shade panted laughter again, then rose its tail and sent it rushing through the air towards the young girl that was latched to its foot. Kaine never had a chance. The tail struck her square in the chest and sent her crashing into the burning wreckage of the house. As she laid on the ground with blood pouring from multiple wounds, a small, weak voice spoke up. Kaine? Kaine's vision blurred, but she forced herself to focus on the sound. Finally, her eyes cleared enough for her to make out her grandmother's hands reaching out to her through the smoke. Grandma? Kaine, you gotta run. You can't best this one. Kaine grabbed the hands and held on with all her strength. Grandma, come on, we have to go. We have to go. The woman coughed loudly. One of her hands, slick with blood, slipped from Kaine's grasp and thumped on the ground below. Grandma, no, no. I said run, goddammit. You have to live. We have to get through. The thought would stay forever unfinished before she could say into the world. The shade's clawed foot descended, smashing through the remains of the roof and down upon the scattered figure of the old woman. Blood oozed from gaps in the creature's toes as terrible putrid smell assaulted Kaine's nose once again. He stared at the foot, dumbfounded, convinced that what she was seeing could not possibly be. When the creature finally lifted its appendage, all that remained underneath was a twisted, unrecognizable mass of rubble and red. Her grandmother was. Kaine blinked, trying to feel the hands which had been in hers just a moment before. Fleeting instant, she could remember the warmth of that embrace, the trembling of the fingers, but then the sensation drifted away on the breeze. Memories flashed through Kaine's mind. one after another, faster and faster, until they became a meaningless jangle of noise. Kaine screamed, and then a thunderous sound echoed off the cliffs, and then seemed to roll away forever. The shade eased forward, the black ichor pouring from its mouth and dissolving into smoke on the ground below. The earth shook every step as it crept towards its prey. Kaine's body slowly rose as if controlled by a mad puppet master. Her arms and legs were bent in impossible angles, her head rolled dangerously to the side. Yet somehow she managed to stand. Staring at the shade, her eyes began to glow with a deep red fire. The creature, so confident just moments before, took a slow, hesitant step backward, trying to discern from this broken human could possibly pose a threat. Kaine seized the moment, laughing like a madwoman. She leapt into the air and plunged the shattered hilt of her blade deep into the leg of the shade. The shade shook Kaine off like a fly, sending her crashing to the earth once more. Her chest rose and fell slowly, as if a great weight rested on it. Moist sounds of pain echoed through her mind. Something warm and thick oozed from her ears. Is that blood? I think that is. I think I'm bleeding to death. No, can't die. Primal told me to live. Deep in Kaine's mind, something finally broke. Sound, the pain, the smoke and flames, all of it faded away until all that remained was a single incantation repeated over and over. Kill it. 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 Yeah. Kill it now. As the sparks that was Kaine slowly began to flicker and die, she felt her desire to kill and her desire to live blend into one. The distance between heartbeats grew louder and longer and longer.
The beast approaches.
Oh, I know.
God, I hated reading that. It sucks. Looking at it again is great.
What anger this creature must have. How did it even survive these past 5 years?
I'm not gonna let this happen again. It dies today. My sword feels lighter.
It's not the blade, but the skill of the user. Strike it down.
Oh my god, why is there so much reading, dude? Come on. Gently, weakly, softly. The shade, sure that Tormentor was dead, turned and stomped off towards the horizon, stopping along the way to bellow one final roar. Couldn't kill it. Shame beyond imagining, Aine tried to turn her head to the side, but only succeeded in coughing up a huge gout of blood. It was getting difficult to see. Only after a moment of fierce concentration did she realize that her left eye was gone. Laughing to herself, she turned her remaining eyes to the ruins of her home and noticed a ragged stump of arm rested a few feet away. Yeah, that's mine, she thought with a mad giggle. This is gonna make clapping a real bitch. Huh, cried a sudden voice from the depths of the room. Finally gonna die, are ya? Well, you had it coming. Go to hell, Demo, she thought of the unseen assailant. Go to hell before I pluck at your eyes and feed them to a dog. The voice of her inner childhood terror evaporated into smoke, replaced by another, more recent voice. Hold still, said the apothecary. Materializing from the ruins like a ghost. I want to draw you that way so you can live forever. No, stop. I don't want to live forever. I want to die right here. I see, he said quietly. Well, if that's what you want. The spectral shopkeeper fluttered in and out of existence for a moment, then produced a piece of paper and sketched quickly. After a few seconds, he turned the page to Kind and smiled. Since you rejected my offer, I decided to draw someone else. It was a picture of her grandmother, real as life. Aine opened her mouth to thank the man, but stopped as the picture began to blacken in the middle. Before she could say anything, dozens of multi-legged insects began to swarm across the image, tearing at it with sharpened scissors. Stop! No, don't hurt that picture. Aine reached out with her remaining arm, and waved futilely at it. At the air. To her surprise, the insects fell off the picture to the ground below, where they vanished into tiny black tendrils of smoke. Relieved, Kaine turned her good eye to the picture, opened her mouth in a silent scream. The sketch now showed her grandmother as she truly was, a smashed, unrecognizable lump of nothing. The apothecary smiled, then broke into a jolly dance. See that? He cried as he danced his jig. It's a perfect now. She looks like you. Cha-cha-cha. I look like that? God. Oh god, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. Drowning in despair, Kaine laid her head back in the mud and smoke of her ruined house and waited for the end. But just before she let everything go, an unfamiliar voice whispered into her ear. Ain't you got a wish, sunshine? The voice was vulgar, fierce at the same time, as if it instantly had somehow found a way to take form. Aine wanted to scream as the voice crawled under her skin, but her lungs refused to work. You know, I wish? Prayer or something? Why don't you get on your knees and start praying to heaven? Please, invisible man in the sky, save me, save me. Aine finally resorted to shouting at the voice in her mind. Don't make wishes, they don't come true for me. I'm a curse, a freak. I should be left to die. Another voice boomed in her ears. Wahahaha, oh god, you are the best. Aine glanced down and saw a black, shiny substance oozing from her legs. She tried to brush it away, but her remaining arm would no longer respond. The substance slowly crept around her feet and began moving up towards the rest of her body. Is this death? Is this what it's like? Or is this my mind losing itself? She could feel the slime oozing upwards, feel the hot, searing pain left in its wake. Whatever else might be happening, she was still alive, and this was real. Come on, said the voice, let it go. Kaine tried to ignore the voice and concentrate on the pain, but the newcomer would have none of it. Don't ignore me, Sunshine. You're ready to give up, ready to die, so why not let me have it? Have what? Your body. Come on, give it to me. Give it to me. I want to stand on the ground, feel the rain, taste the wind. The voice paused, as if licking its lips. When it resumed, it was filled with mad, unabated joy. I want to take your hands and use them to choke the goddamn life out of people. I want to tear out their throats and bathe in blood just like before. In response, Kaine shifted her head and vomited. The warmth of it crept down her front and filled with crushing black shade. Yeah, maybe. What of it? The slime reached her face and crept up past her nose, slowly oozed into the socket of her missing eye. The moment it touched her brain, Kaine was struck by the most powerful sensation she had ever felt in her life. Ecstasy. She wanted to scream with delight, but all she could manage was a small whispered moan. Feels good, don't it? Asked the voice with a chuckle. Yeah, what can I say? I know how to please the ladies. Now give me that body. Come on, give me the body so I can give you more of the feeling. That's a fair trade. A black lump began to protrude from Kaine's side. As she watched, it grew longer and thicker, eventually taking form of her missing arm. See better, she thought. My eye must have growing back too. The slime reached up to envelop the rest of her face, but she managed to brush it away. Stop, she whispered, marveling how she regained her voice. Stop. Black ooze hesitated, as if it's considering this request, then quickly shimmered down her body before disappearing into a cloud of smoke. Oh, what the hell, Sunshine? Screamed the voice. We had a deal. I thought you wanted to die. Grandma said I can't die yet. Brief image of her grandmother, bloodied and broken, flashed before her eyes. She saw the shade had killed her and heard its mocking laughter. She closed her eyes and forced the image from her mind. Her whole body was quaking with rage. When she opened her eyes again, bright red. That thing took my grandmother. I have to kill it before I die. And then glanced down and saw the mysterious pattern of shades burn itself into her left arm. Well, I'll be damned, said the voice cheerfully. Look at that, Sunshine. I think you and me are gonna be good friends now. Kaine stared intently at her arm. The more emotional she felt, the more the letters seemed ready to puncture her skin and begin interfacing the rest of her body. The arm clearly had a will of its own now. Stop. Stop. Holding her left arm in her right, Kaine took a deep breath and tried to calm herself. Come on, don't fight it, pleaded the voice. It's my favorite dish, and I'm hungry. Let it go. Feel the anger. Burn with the fire of revenge. Thirst for blood. And then go out there and... Shut up. Shut up. Get the hell out of my body. Body? Oh, that's rich, Sunshine. Sunshine. Real rich. Look, why don't you just up and die so I can have the body all to myself? What do you say? I bet those buddies of yours in the area would love to see you dead. Kaine grabbed a nearby shard of glass and tried to saw off the shade-infected portion of her side. Before she could, the darkened left arm grabbed her right wrist, crushing it. Kaine screamed and dropped the shard as the sound of bone crunching on bone filled the air. You stupid idiot girl. You're possessed now, Sunshine, and there ain't no going back. The voice laughed a loud, long wail and seemed to go on without end. Possessed? Whispered Kaine. Yeah, possessed. You and me? We got what you might call a timeshare agreement. Remember how folks used to think you were a real freak? Well, they'll get a lot of you now. Kaine looked up, tears in her eyes. The sky seemed smaller somehow, darker. Is this because of that shade? Is this how they see the world? So, listen. Heard the voice. I know this whole possession thing seems a bit sudden, but it ain't all that bad. There's plenty in it for you too. I'm a very powerful creature, Sunshine, and now that power belongs to you. Got enemies? People you want to kill? I can make it happen. That little fat kid who kept picking on you? That big old shade that squashed your granny? We'll wrap him up in their own assholes. No more abuse for you, Sunshine. No more pain. Wait, Kaine said. You're a shade, so why do you help me kill another shade? What do you think, I'm some type of racist? Some killing snob? I don't give a goddamn who you're murdering, honey pants. I want to drink. I just want to drink from the well. Kaine considered this as he struggled to her feet. The power of the shade coursed through her. Smoke from her house was drifting away in the wind. She enjoyed the way the cool, even breeze felt on her new left arm. After a long pause, the voice spoke up again. So, how about it? You and me. We could have some good times together. Look, I'll even take care of the bloody part if you don't want. Fuck off, asshole, muttered Kaine. I'll handle the killing. Screamed the voice. Look at you go. Oh, Sunshine, we're gonna have so much fun. So listen, my name's Tyron. If you ever need me, I'll just be hanging out in this place of a meat you call a heart. I get to it. The more you kill, the more your heart turns rotten, sour, and I like rotten and sour. Kaine found herself nodding at the voice. Yeah, she said. Yeah, I think this could work. I'm gonna go find that shade. I'm gonna strangle it with its own guts. And then when I'm done, I'm gonna do the same to you, Tyron. Count on it. Ha! Left Tyron. I've shit bigger than you, so good luck with that. And oh, and hey, one more thing. Right now, can you and me? Now you and me are sharing this body. You ever run out of hate? You ever, go soft? Then I'm gonna take over everything. Keep on killing, Sunshine, and watch your back. Voice grew fainter and gradually faded away, fading to somewhere deep inside Kaine herself. Kaine waited until she was sure the voice was gone, then waved her new left arm around a few times. It feels perfectly normal, she thought. Feels like mine. Desperately, she began poking and prodding at the new limb, determined to find something wrong with it. She didn't want it to feel normal. That would mean the creature inside her body already won. I'm not a shade. I am Kaine. Repeating this mantra in her mind, she slowly began digging through the rubble of her house, careful to ignore a certain red-stained spot on the corner. Finally, after what seemed like an eternity of heartbreaking work, she found what she was looking for. It was the wreath of lunar tears. Though it had been through hell and back, the garland's petals were as bright as ever. Kaine started to place it on her in her hair, but slowly lowered the wreath and stared at it. Sorry, Grandma. So sorry. I don't deserve to wear this anymore. Possessed, corrupted, a freak. This time, I don't think there's any going back. Holding the flowers to her heart, she fell to the ground and sobbed. As night gradually lightened to draw to dawn and people of the area rose to their daily lives, she remained in that position as if tears could somehow wash away the horror that now inflicted her world.
Alive! Stay alive! Stay alive!
Grandma.
Kaine, you gotta live! You gotta come back to us!
Oh, hey. Emil, you were the one calling me, weren't you?
You still recognize me?
Of course. I knew you right away.
Thank you, Kaine.
Welcome back, Kaine.
Wow, you grew up. So, how long has it been?
5 years.
Shit. That's a long time. Any luck with Yona?
We are still no closer to finding her. We need a way to locate the Shadow Lord.
By the way, this is for you.
Is that a lunar tear?
It's not as good as your grandmother's, but I tried.
No, it's great. Thank you.
Kaine waking from her long petrified sleep. Emil's unflagging kindness. Our reunion was a happy one, and we let it wash over us like rain. That is, until Devila and Popola had to go and ruin it all. Are you kidding me?
Please,
Alright,
people.
I've already been through this, so I
no
can
one do
skip
it.
all
People
that.
are as long right.
But
We'll so
what? God, never did.
Okay, so I'm just not playing at all. It's just replaying the events.
I didn't get much sleep that night. For the first time in my life, I hated Devila. For the first time in my life, I doubted Popola. But those feelings are pointless in the end. They said and did what they did for the sake of the village. To protect it from the horror of the Shades. Really, how can I blame Devila and Popola? In the end, I'm just as bad. Because I never once stopped to think about Kaine and Emil's situation myself.
Is this different? Might be different. I don't remember. I don't recall that part. Ah, I swear if he gives me... I don't want to do the novels.
I should apologize to Kaine and Emil, but... what good would that even do?
I got a fire going, Kaine.
Wait, is that...
Campfires? I'm so happy to get to talk to you again, Kaine.
Yeah, me too.
I tried everything I could think of to save you, you know. I polished you with a special cloth. I poured warm water over you.
Wait, you poured water on me?
Yeah, but it didn't really do much except make you all shiny.
Hey, Emil. Thanks for saving me.
I guess you noticed how I look different now.
I'm sorry, Emil. I'm sorry for all of it.
Well, I mean, this new form isn't all bad, you know? At least I can look at you when we talk, right? Hey, so why don't you tell me something about yourself?
I'm not very interesting. Sorry.
Come on, I just want to know you better. Please.
Fine. This all happened when I was a kid. Before the whole shade possession thing. My body is... different. And when the villagers found out about it, they started treating me like a freak. But one person, my grandmother, accepted me just as I was. No matter how bad things got, she gave me the strength to keep going.
She's really special to you, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, hey! That gives me an idea. Since we cured your petrification, we should start looking for a way to cure your possession in my body. I know we can do it if we all work together. Heck, it'll probably be super easy.
Let me guess. More warm water?
Okay, can we just forget I told you about that?
Hey Craig, when are you gonna message me now? Let's flip through this journal. I feel like the old Pokemon Diamond and Pearl journal.
Sleep well?
Sure.
And yet your red eyes tell a different tale. Don't be so hard on yourself.
I need to go see
Very well. What might that be?
It's Mom's diary.
I have not heard you speak much about your mother.
She got the black scrawl and died when I was little.
My apologies for bringing it up.
It's all right. I can barely remember her face anymore. This is the only thing I have left of her. Reading it helps remind me of when we were still a family.
I see.
But the final entries get a little strange.
In what way?
Well, here, take a look.
Safe. Fuck.
Say there, can you not hear me?
Whoa. Wait, what?
Why are you standing about like a slack-jawed ninny?
Sorry. Felt like I was dreaming or something.
Sleeping on one's feet is quite the talent indeed. Come now, there's the door.
Right. Let's go.
Proceed beyond this point, you will be unable to save until the battle's over. Already saved. What the fuck is going on? It's like the alternate timeline, I guess. In this world of the recycled vessel created to avoid the destruction of all. Well, for an adult, I don't change. It was like my strength in terms of swinging the sword around hasn't. Oh god, I'm not even down there yet. That's how to do it. The small herb times 3. Scroll, Lost Destiny, a white book, a false truth. It's like I'm in a deep fried meme. Soldiers of Sol calling forth white death, they are legion. Rules of Grace. Dragon's Corpse brought death to the world, delivering the power. It's a very heavy sword. to. Let's see. Finally. Black sickness stains the future. Uh-oh. No. God, I really gotta my jumps there, yes. Is this like the Baron Temple? Where are we right now? Not for this area. I'm so confused on what's even going on. Kabuki? Screen. Kabuki. God. The choice thing? It is. Let's go with this one. Oh. save if I wanted to. Just talk to Devil and Pablo. So confused. What is going on? Please. Apocalypse divided the world in two, one that knows not day. Sit down. Magic. Grab it. Bum, bum, bum. Black and white. 13 bases, vessels. It's just a cracking guard thing. Oh. Which? Let's go. Gladly take that. It's just empty, empty room. So there's like one more still alive. Here. Confused. I don't know where I'm supposed to go, because apparently I don't have a map of this place I've explored before.
Seems we have been shut in.
It's like Song of the Ancients, but trophied? Weird rendition of it.
Seems we have been.
Oops. This place, it's the song of a man has been drowned out in this place, the scream of something human. Bull's Lament. Sky falls with the dragon, the world ends this day. What is this at? Oh, this is like... spawn? Oh. Let me switch the lines. I'm done. Hate this area. This would kind of sucked. I also want to be able to save me. Puppet priest collects the accursed prayers and polishes the vessel. Oh god. This is very interesting. Depends on how long I have to be on this wild ride. Just a boar sitting over there, not the boar. No, not the boar. Boars, no. Or gone. where it ends? Please tell me this is where it ends, because I'm not a fan of this. That's... Okay, I'm gonna presume that's that door done. Samurai outfit. 1,000 experience. It's recap potion. 10k gold. Is there another door? Yeah, of course there is. You sense something terribly sinister beyond this door. It may be difficult to endure what awaits the other side. 28. So I gotta wait, eh? Oh, I can leave in it. Okay. System data save. Huh.
My word.
Something wrong?
I feel as if I've just awoken from a most unpleasant dream.
I know what you mean. That happens to me whenever I read it.
Huh. Alright, that's it for me. Alright, yeah, I'm done for now. Thank you for whoever was watching.